Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready to rise, get ready to rise, get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready to rise, get ready to rise, get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Oh, rise. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Oh, rise. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to rise, rise, rise.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello. Hi, thank you so much for joining me tonight, ladies, lovely ladies. So, hi to everybody in Get Ready to Rise. Hi to everybody on Get Ready to Rise YouTube, and hi to everybody in the Soul to Soul strategy community. I am so delighted to bring these ladies here today. I'll let them introduce themselves in a minute, but we are going to talk about the importance of allyship over competition, because it's something that I'm having conversations with outside of this small circle here quite a lot lately. I find that social media is getting a little bit catty, if I'm honest with you, and the whole women supporting women is getting a little bit cloudy, if you like. And I know that like our circle, our small network is just not like that at all. So I really just wanted to bring you ladies on tonight, because you are both launching at the same time next week. You've both been on the same journey this year, and we are here today to say that is 100% okay, aren't we? So, Wendy, do you want to start first? Share a little bit more about what you do, etc., just in case nobody's met you before.
Yeah, so I'm Wendy, and I run my own business, Empowered Women Coaching. You might be able to see it just here, a little bit of it. And in my business as a women's empowerment coach, I do exactly what it says in the tin. I empower women to take control of their lives. So that predominantly in the health and well-being space. So previously I've helped ladies to start new businesses, to take a hobby, develop that, take and take on new journey in their own health and well-being. And I absolutely adore Lizzie, and this group is just fantastic. So thank you so much for giving me that space to share tonight my journey. And I'm just really looking forward to the conversation that we have this evening. But for me, it is about community and cheering each other on, championing each other. There's no competition as far as I'm concerned. It's just absolutely truly fantastic, and I adore what Lizzie does.
Ah, that's good to adore what you do too. Yeah, so I'm Lizzie, and I am also a coach, but I predominantly work with women who are struggling with their inner critic. So my program is Rewrite Your Story, and it's using the Tame Your Inner Critic technique. So over the last 18 months, I've been kind of like putting stuff together, moving it around, working with lots of different clients to see which bits work and which bits don't. And I've kind of come up with a program, excuse me, that I feel is all-encompassing and does what it says on the tin. So women who have kind of lost their way, are feeling frustrated, they've lost their energy, they've lost their spark, they're confused, and they've lost their confidence, they don't know who they are anymore, then I work with women to help them to kind of rewrite that story, to look for evidence in their lives, to kind of reframe what's going on and help them to see that actually they're bloody kick-ass and it's absolutely fine and there's absolutely nothing wrong. It's just the inner critics taken over and started being a bit of a bugger. So we work with that to try and help kind of tame it and make it work for us rather than against us. And, Sarah and I were talking about the fact that you and I, Wendy, were kind of launching at the same time, and how exciting that was, and how it was really about cheerleading each other, and how, yes, we're both coaches, but we both want to achieve the same things with our clients, but we do it in very different ways. And Wendy was probably my first contact ever through to you, Sarah. So when I did one of the 5-day challenges like a million years ago, and Wendy and I just sort of developed a friendship then, didn't we? And like I could never ever feel like I was ever going in competition or against her. That would just be weird.
No. I think for some women out there, it might feel strange that there's two people in the same space launching together, and that outside of our little beautiful home here, there might be cattiness, but I'm like, it doesn't even enter my head, because like I am just really, really excited to see your launch. So we launch in the same week, but I think the time is slightly different, and I know once I finish mine, I'm like clicking in, because I'm going to be there cheering you on, because I cannot wait to see your program. I'm really, really excited for it.
Yeah, and likewise, when I finish mine, I'll be clicking into yours onto the replay, so I can kind of add in and and sort of help and support you in that. And I think that we're really lucky in that there were a few of us in that that did the Confidence Mentors course, and we still communicate all together, and we still kind of are exchanging ideas and our logos and different kind of brandings and all sorts, and we're always inputting with each other. And there's never ever, considering there was 6 or 7 of us and we were all in the coaching world, and not once, not ever has there ever been any animosity, no kind of thinking that person's taking my clients, never, because it just wouldn't occur. It just wouldn't. And I think we're so lucky, and I hope that's not unique. I really do hope that's not unique, and I think that we're very, very lucky to have what we have, and it's important to share that.
Yeah, definitely. The world there's so much room for potential for everybody, and when people start to kind of choose somebody that they're in competition with, but it's just all made up in their head, isn't it? Because social media, isn't really real, is it? We're on there, we're trying, if you're authentic with it, then that's great, but there is a lot of people that are not. And I do wonder what some people are comparing themselves to, because what a waste if they're comparing themselves to something that isn't real anyway. And how can they really identify how successful that person is unless they can see their account? And so it's just like this false narrative, I think, that people build up in their own minds. And so much time wasting, isn't it? Wouldn't it be more fruitful if instead of competing, that we all come together and rise up?
Yeah,
absolutely. And definitely, this is the community you've created. This is exactly what it's about. It's everybody helping each other along and up, celebrating each other. It's honestly, it's such a wonderful, wonderful space. And I know that I would never have met Lizzie had it not been for this group, and a lot of the other ladies as well. And just exactly like Lizzie said, there's a lot of coaches, we're all heart-centered. But there's not one person thinking, oh, well, you've got my client. You know, I could have had, it's not even about that. You know, I was doing a talk in a different group last night, and I'd mentioned to the ladies there, like, if you need further help, it wasn't just about reaching out to me. It was, you know, go out there and have discovery calls with several coaches. Find one that connects with you, that speaks your language, that speaks to your heart. It might be me, it might not be me, but it wasn't for me like touting for business last night. It was literally, I wanted to share some, you know, my story and some information with these ladies, and to make an impact and to help them along. And if I'm the coach for them, that's great. And if I'm not, it doesn't really matter. That's not what it's about, because there's space for us all.
Yeah, and it's not about, is it, in the end, it's not really, I mean, yes, we want to run businesses that, you know, create an income that allows us to live and put food on the table. You know, I mean, that would be wrong to say that that's not what we want to do. But the ultimate aim is that we want to support, I mean, we both, well, all three of us specifically support women. And we want those women to have the very best outcome for them. And that could be that they're working with you, Sarah, or you, Wendy, or me. I mean, we all have very different styles. And, you know, or there might be someone else within, you know, the groups that we're in that are a better coach. And, you know, if somebody came to me and said, I want you to do this, this, and this. And I thought, actually, you know what, I'm not the person for that. I could do it, but I'm not going to do it as well as this other person might do it. Then I would absolutely
refer on.
Without question. Because ethically, it's wrong, I think, to take somebody on that then it is just about money. It's not about following your heart. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that. In the
no, I have done exactly that. I've had a discovery call with what was a potential client, and for what was going on with her, I just said, I really don't think I'm the person for you. You know what I mean? I would feel wrong to book you in. I think you need somebody different. And I think that's one of the best things that you can do. You know, and if you know somebody in that arena that you can refer them on to, then great. But it literally is, it's about leading with your heart, because what you want to do is make an impact, for them to be empowered, for them to go on and have their best possible life. You're just going to light the path and show them the way. But if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, then well, that's not good.
Well, no one's going to get a result then, are they? You're going to have some money in your pocket, but it's not going to be like good energy, is it? It's going to be just rubbish.
No.
And like, that's not going to make anybody happy.
No.
And that's what I feel at the moment. There's like an energy shift. So I have newsfeed eradicator now on Facebook, so I don't see like my newsfeed. I'm very specific as to where I support, engage, and comment now. I try my best. I've slipped into a bad habit. I'm not going to like say I'm perfect. And I've got to turn the apps off of my phone for me to like completely switch off. But over the past week, I've noticed a shift in energy. I see a lot of passive aggressive posts, almost as though people are going, right, what don't I sell? So if I don't sell, say, for example, in my world, if I don't teach people how to create webinars, then I'm going to slag off that business model, that business method. I'm seeing a lot of that. And I'm seeing a lot of like spiritual leaders in that world. Really some quite nasty passive aggressiveness is going on there. A lot of like shadow work and all of this, which is great, but don't put other people down if they're not teaching about shadow work. Right?
Yes.
That's what I'm seeing a lot of. And for me, I think people have been working online for so many years now, and this is where our office is. And don't underestimate how intuitive people are now and what they can read from your copy. There's a lot of people are projecting onto social media, but trying to pretend that they're not, when you can read straight through it. And that really makes me feel uneasy, because a lot of what I'm seeing are coming from, the high tickets. There's nothing wrong with that either. I'm not here to slag off anything really, but the message also is really trying to target vulnerable people. You can feel it, right? And that doesn't sit well with me at all. You have to have the right energy when you're in that space. You have to be okay with saying no when somebody can't afford your programs or what have you. Like, you should never, as a lot of people do, say just apply for a credit card, do whatever you can, because if you don't buy from me, you're going to die. Like, that FOMO is just, and quite honestly, I know, Lizzie, we're in a group, won't mention the group's name, but we were talking about it this week, weren't we, where a lot of people are talking about this, and they're very influential people. I truly believe that this is going to, I think a lot of people are going to start talking more about this. There's going to be more of a call for women to come together and rise together, instead of this, because we're dividing each other now. We're talking about rising up together, and we're stronger together in all of this, and all of a sudden there's this energy on social media now that's all very divisive and like handbags at dawn, and that, I know that's not what any of us are about here, and I know a lot of women in both groups, we just don't attract those kind of people.
No.
And I just really feel like, for vulnerable people, I really feel for people I don't even know, I've never met, I really feel it, and it bothers me a lot. And yeah, so when I had I lost myself in a scroll the other day, which we all do it, don't we, every now and then, and I felt sick. I'm not going to lie, I was just like, oh, what's going on? This is not the way we should be going.
No, I mean, going back to what you're saying about different people's methods, and this method not being the right one, this is my method's the only way it works, and all that. I mean, I've never ever made any bones about my history of depression and anxiety and stuff, and all through, like, from 16 to nearly 40, all sorts of like counselling, psychotherapy, analytical therapy, hypnosis, like every bloody therapy I could think of, and medication. And all of them worked to some degree, because what they did is they got me to the point where I knew what my problem was. I just didn't know how to kind of get out of that cycle. And for me, coaching was the thing that did it. But that's not to say that is going to be the thing for everybody. And it will be the thing for the people I work with, because it's the right combination, or the thing that either of you two work with, because it's the right combination. But that's not to say that all the other methodologies and all the other therapies, and I mean, we're not therapists, we're coaches, it's a very different thing, but all the other options, they will all work for some people.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with, and I've got friends who are counsellors, I've got friends who are hypnotherapists, I've got the utmost respect for them, because it works. Not for everybody, but nothing works for everybody, because not one size fits all, does it?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. That's what I'm seeing a lot of. It's like, stop slagging off the way that other people, what other people are teaching. You can't, because it works for whomever they're serving, obviously. Sorry, so Facebook user, we're on StreamYard, so I can't. I don't know what your name is. 100% to this. It's why I think I wanted to. Hold on a minute. I'll show it. that's why I wanted to pull away from social media. I think seeing things like that can harm your soul. Who's this? Who's speaking? Please reveal yourself.
Tell us who you are.
And it can harm you, can't it? It can really.
Oh, Sarah O'Neill.
All right. But let's talk about how we've all been feeling. You know, we're sitting here going, yeah, you know, we're coaches and we're doing all this stuff. And, you know, my job, I have pinned myself as somebody who works with their inner critic. Oh my God, has it had my life this last week or two? He has ripped me apart. And the whole point of mindset work is not that the situation will change. Your relationship to the situation will change, won't it? It's not changing your mindset won't change the situation, but it will just change the way you approach it. And I've had to do some major work this last couple of weeks.
And that's the key thing, isn't it? It's just because you're a coach doesn't mean that you know it all, can do it all, and you don't experience any of the crap stuff. You know what I mean? Because we are human and we all do. I mean, you look at Mel Robbins, as high up as she is, with her best-selling books and the biggest sellout speaker internationally, and she's phenomenal. But she's so authentic, she's so genuine. She comes on, she's crying, she's like, I've had a shit day. You know, and she keeps it real, because we are not superhuman. And I do make that known. You know, and I'm not afraid to share when the time is right. Obviously, during a coaching session, I'm not pouring my heart out to my client, because that's just not right. But I'm not afraid to share in that space. You know, when I'm doing a live, to tell people, I've had a bad day, or whatever it is. You know, I've had a bit of a moment, or body issues, or anything like that. I'm not afraid to share that. I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. And I think that it really, really helps your clients connect with you, because they know that you're not Superwoman in a cape. You know?
Nobody is. And also, we're all living through a pandemic, remember.
And we want to work in partnership with our clients, don't we? We're not doing it so that we're here and our clients are here. I would hate that. We want to be, you know, it's a partnership. We're working together. It's not a case of I'm the expert and you're the person who will learn from me.
No, it's level pegging. Yeah. So thank you, Facebook. That's so cute. How lovely is that? Thank you.
I think it's Sarah. Sarah O'Neill, I think it is.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sarah. That's so nice.
So what does allyship mean to you, ladies? When you hear someone say allyship, what does it mean to you? What does it represent?
For me, it's that you've got each other's back, that you're going to celebrate your ally, you're going to cheer her on, and you're going to tell the world about how wonderful that she is, because you ladies truly are wonderful. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about to me, is just standing beside you, standing with you, lifting you up, wrapping my arms around you, and just being there for all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, and for me, it's the same thing. I mean, it's just cheerleading, isn't it? So, you know, and it's my favourite thing to do apart from coaching. I probably should say like something to do with my kids or something as well, but you know, like work-wise, like my favourite thing to do is cheerlead other people. Is to say, you know what, this person's doing amazing work, and you should look at them and see what they're doing, and help that person to connect with other people, or, you know, refer other people to other people, because we all have a duty, I think, to support and nurture each other and our businesses and us as people. I just think that's what it's about.
You're a fantastic connector. That actually should be a side hustle of yours.
You are. I will echo that. You're an absolute legend.
I do seem to have a knack of knowing someone who'll know someone who does something, but I don't know how that works, but it does.
Yeah.
But and I love it. I really love that. I love kind of cheering someone on, probably better than I do myself. That's not my favourite.
Yeah.
And let me cheer you both on. Oh, sorry, Wendy. Did I?
Sorry, it's okay. I was just going to say, isn't it a lovely feeling when you see somebody else like thriving and doing really well. And I get really, really excited. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
like literally I'm almost doing cartwheels and the energy is just like flying out of me. I get so excited when I see other people's success.
Yeah, because you want to share that energy, right? You like, why would you pull down that energy? So let me celebrate you both. So you're both launching two incredible different offers. So because I started with you, Wendy, in the beginning, I'll start off with you again, if you don't mind. If you don't mind sharing what your 5-day challenge, isn't it? What your 5-day challenge is going to be about.
Yes, so I've got my 5-day live webinar next week. So it starts Monday the 25th, and it's 7:30 p.m. Monday through to Friday. Trying to keep it around about half an hour to 45 minutes. And it's the Wellness Warrior program. And I'm really excited about this because for me, this is about empowering women in their own health and well-being. For as long as we can remember, there's been, oh, this is the best fashion shape that you must have. You must be stick thin, you must be curvy, you must be this. And it's just impossible for women to conform to, and I don't like it. And being a particular shape isn't about being healthy. So my Empowered Wellness program is about taking action for you to be healthy, but encompassing all of your mind, your body, your soul. So it's not just about diet. It's not about weight loss or anything about that. It's about accepting who you truly are. And it's about doing the right thing for you with regards to, say, for example, nutrition, with regards to how you talk to yourself, how you kind of like self-sabotage and all of that self-care. It's the full package in mind, body and soul with the, well, I can't say it, Wellness Warrior. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm so excited. It's probably going to be really hard to kind of peg me down to 30 minutes. But that was my personal challenge, to 30 to 45 minutes, Monday to Friday. So I'm so looking forward to it.
Excellent. So are you going to be, are they going to actually be doing work throughout the week with you?
Yes, they're going to be doing work throughout the week. So everybody who registers, I will send out an email on Sunday with their workbook. So there'll be work for them to do live when we're together, and then for them to go away. So there's probably going to be, I would say, three days of work: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's when the core work will come in.
And how do you want them to feel at the end of the 5 days?
I want them to feel like they've just released the shackles of society's expectations of what they're supposed to do and what they're supposed to look like. And they're just literally showing up for themselves, and they're just like doing that.
Sorry, the hamsters come into
It's fine. So I want them to feel like that they're freed of the shackles, that they are truly happy with themselves, and that they're just ready to take action so they can be the healthiest version throughout, and that they don't feel guilty about taking that time for themselves.
Nice.
That's a key thing, because we matter.
Yes, we do.
So I'm going to
wonderful.
I know I'm going to have to register, so then I can do it on catch up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. Really excited. It's just, I already know what your energy is going to be like in there, and just how much content you're going to give. It's just going to be incredible. So I'm excited for you.
Yeah. And what gorgeous offers are you gifting your audience, Lizzie?
Well, so mine is Rewrite Your Story, and it's a 3-day masterclass with a bonus 4th day. Currently, it's supposed to be live on Facebook, but because Facebook's not friends with me right now, it might end up being on Zoom. So we'll see. I'll just let that be what it'll be. But it's based on my 4 principles of awareness, clarity, confidence, and freedom. So the first day, we're looking at awareness, because without awareness, well, we have nothing. We can't change anything if we don't know what we're looking to change, can we? So we're looking at the stories that the inner critic tells us, what kind of what's the background to kind of how we've got to where we are now. What is it? What has brought those people to be in front of me asking for some support? So it's looking at all those kind of different elements of that. And then in the second day, we're looking at worry and control. So what can we control? What can't we control? What ifs and how they just steal our life's blood. Because like, what can you do with a what if? Absolutely nothing, because they don't really exist. They only exist in your head. So it's also teaching about how the mind works, how our thoughts work. So because for me, what I needed, and so people who want to work with me, I'm assuming will want the same thing. I need information. I need to understand why something's happening. So when I work with someone, I'm explaining to them why something happens, and then we kind of then relate that to their own experience. So in the second day, it's all about that. It's about kind of perception versus reality, which is a big deal, you know, like what we perceive is going to happen and what actually happens, and how they're very, very different things. And looking at how we can, which we were talking about before we came on, weren't we? And also how we can learn to flip that story, how we can recreate a different story. And then in the third day, we're looking at freedom. So that involves looking at boundaries, because if we don't have boundaries, then that's where frustration, anxiety, anger and all of that comes in, because we're not keeping ourselves emotionally safe. And then we're also looking at self-care, and not in that kind of fluffy, bubble bathy kind of way, but in the sort of, you know, the proper practical ways of self-care. And every day I will be working with people to make sure that they're building up their affirmations. So every day there'll be tiny little tweaks, so that by the end of the program, they will have a kind of almost like a very tidy little toolbox of stuff that they can then take off into their life after doing the masterclass, and start putting those things into practice, because all the little things are build up together to create a kind of a system of belief. So yeah, that's it in a long waffly kind of way.
That's amazing.
I love it. I love both of your offers, and I love that you're sharing them here today together, because we've been on a beautiful journey together this year, haven't we? Like, despite everything that's going on in the external world, there's been some beautiful relationships formed. And whilst everyone else is fighting out there, at least we've got each other. Hi, Kate. How are you? I don't know whether you're still on, because I think a couple of people have dropped off. But, hello, thanks for joining anyway. Well, that's been gorgeous. I can't believe 35 minutes has gone already, so we better wrap up.
That was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah. But obviously I'll see you ladies again this week in the Experience Week at some point. And I will be tuning in next week to support you both.
Thank you.
No problem, Sarah. Have a beautiful night, ladies.
Take care. Bye. Thank you.